Hello, my pretties. This is the Queen of Lions here, and welcome to episode 140. Well, not 40, but 174. Sorry about that, of Shadows and Pretties. Today we are going to be reviewing a 2018 movie called Christopher Robin. Now, this movie came out it came out in 2007, no, wait, 18. I apologize for that little mistake. So, this is a Winnie the Pooh movie that came out in 2018, and it stars pretty much characters, people who were in the live action, such as, Edwin McGregor as Christopher Robin, Haley Atwell as Evelyn Robinson, or Robin, sorry. We also got, Madeline Robin, who's played by Bronte Carmichael. We also have voice cast as Jim Cummings as Winnie the Pooh and Tigger, Brad Garrett as Eeyore, Nick Olmad as Piglet, Peter Cabati as Rabbit, and we got like a pretty good cast for, the characters in this movie that, yeah. So this movie is pretty much a 2018 of the film Christopher Robin. However, there is a pretty much a Winnie the Pooh kind of like I don't know if it's like a British film or something called Goodbye Christopher Robin, which I've not seen that one yet, but I do plan to maybe give it a watch at that one. So this one came out August 3rd, a couple days before my birthday in 2018. I actually did see this in theaters, and I have to say, it's actually a really good movie. I really like the concept. I like the movie itself. It's well made. So, I guess with that being the case, this is pretty much the highest grossing film in Disney's Winnie the Pooh franchise, surpassing the Tigger movie that came out in 2000. This film most likely received positive reviews from critics. So, I guess with that being the case, there were plans for a live action Winnie the Pooh adaptation that was somewhere announced back, I believe, in 2015, and Forrester confirmed as the director in November of 2016. McGregor signed on as Christopher Robin in April of 2017, and the principal photography began in August of that year in the United Kingdom, lasting till November. But of course, the Christopher Robin movie premiered in Burbank, California on July 30th, 2018. And it was released a few days after that. So, I guess with that being said, I just want to warn you right now, for those who have not seen this movie, that I'm going to be pretty much spoiling everything about Christopher Robin. So, if you have not seen this movie, I recommend you click off this episode right now, because if you guys don't want to hear the spoilers, I recommend you click off this video if you have not done so. So, for those who haven't seen the movie in a long time, I'm going to go ahead and, reveal the plot for it, so then you guys can, get the idea of what this story is about, especially for those who haven't watched the movie in a long time. So basically, this movie starts off with Christopher Robin, who ends up leaving for boarding school, so his friends from the 100 Acre Wood, such as Pooh, Tigger, Piglet, Eeyore, Kangaroo, Owl, and Rabbit, throw him a goodbye party, as Christopher Robin comforts Pooh and tells him that he'll never forget him. Now, we've been taken into Christopher Robin's rough experiences with the boarding school, and his sudden death of his father forced him to mature quickly, and he soon puts behind the 100 Acre Wood and his friends there. However, he grows up and marries a woman named Evelyn and has a daughter named Madeline, who serves in the British Army during World War II. So sometime after the war, he works as a director at Winslow Luggages. He neglects his family due to demanding job and plans to send Madeline to a boarding school. Just as he was sent to boarding school, with the company hitting hard times, Christopher Robin's superior, Gillis Winslow Jr., tells him to decrease the indentures by 20%, largely by choosing which employees to lay off, and put the present for his plan on Monday. This caused Christopher Robin miss joining his family at their countryside cottage during Sussex, which is for the long summer ending weekend. So when Pooh awakens the next morning, he is unable to find his friends and decides to go travel through the door, which Christopher Robin is known to emerge to find himself in London. He reunites with Christopher Robin, who is shocked to see Pooh, and then takes him back to his London home. After a morning and night of chaos, Christopher Robin escorts Pooh back to the Sussex next to the train. After sneaking past Christopher Robin's cottage, the two enter the 100-acre wood, and Christopher Robin becomes exasperated by Pooh's absent mindlessness and fear of heffalumps and woozles. Pooh, in an attempt to return Christopher Robin's compass to him, trips onto Christopher Robin's briefcase, and the papers spill onto the ground. Christopher Robin, in a rage, yells at Pooh, declaring that he's not a child anymore, before they are separated by a fog, which he falls into a heffalump trap, which is flooded by the rain, soaking him and his belongings. Christopher Robin eventually discovers Eeyore, Piglet, who lead him to the others, hiding in a lock in fear of the heffalump, revealed to be the squeaking rustling of the weathercock from Owl's house. So after the wind had made it fall its tree, where they were having tea, unable to persuade his friends that he's truly Christopher Robin, he pretends to defeat the heffalump and convince them, having them vanquish the heffalump. Christopher Robin eventually convinces his friends that he is Christopher Robin, and they joyfully greet him. When they reunite with Pooh, Christopher Robin apologizes for getting upset earlier and tells him how he feels. Pooh forgives him and reminding Christopher that had found each other, and then comforts him with a hug. So the next morning, Christopher Robin rushes over to the 100-acre wood to make his presentation after Tigger gives him his briefcase. So on the way, he encounters his family, much more to Madeline's disappointment. He leaves for London. Pooh realizes that Tigger has removed Christopher Robin's paperwork when drying the briefcase, so Pooh, Tigger, Piglet, and Eeyore decide to return it. So they meet Madeline, who recognizes them from her father's drawings, so she joins them, wanting to dissuade her father about boarding school, and they board a train to London. Evelyn then follows after discovering a note Madeline has left. At his presentation, Christopher Robin discovers that his briefcase contains items from the wood that Tigger had given him, including Eeyore's tail. So Evelyn arrives, and Christopher Robin joins her to search for Madeline. Madeline's group is stowed away in crates, but Tigger and Eeyore and Piglet are accidentally thrown out. So when they encounter Christopher Robin and Evelyn in the process, Pooh and Madeline arrive near the Winslow building and reunite with Christopher Robin and the others. But Madeline accidentally trips on the stairs, loses all but one of the papers, upsetting her and Pooh. Christopher Robin assures Madeline her importance to him and tells her that he would not send her to boarding school. Using one paper Madeline saved, Christopher Robin improvised a new plan involving reducing the prices of the luggage. Selling their luggage to ordinary people increased the demand and given the employees paid to leave. Winslow Jr. dismisses the idea, but Winslow Sr. warns them and agrees to the plan. Winslow Jr. is humiliated, as Christopher Robin points out to contribute to nothing to the plan, have been out golfing all weekend. So Christopher Robin, along with Pooh, Tigger, Eeyore, and Piglet, finally take his family to the 100-acre wood to meet the rest of his friends. As everyone relaxes at a picnic, Pooh and Christopher Robin both shared a tender moment together. Thus, the movie ends. So, with that being the case, this movie was honestly a really good, heartwarming movie. I really do think that, the concept of it seemed pretty interesting. Seeing Christopher Robin growing up and having a wife and kid and that. I mean, we've all had, those thoughts every time we were kids of what Christopher Robin was going to grow up in the future. Because, he's been around, his friends for years. So, however, in the mid-credits scene, we do see the employees of Winslow are seen having fun at the beach while Richard M. Sherman performs Busy Doing Nothing on piano. Pooh, Tigger, and Piglet and Eeyore relax on beach chairs, with Eeyore saying thank you for noticing me. So, that's when the movie ends. I do like the concept of how this movie was made. I do think the acting did pretty good. I love the actor for Christopher Robin as an adult. And, I like the fact that he has like a kid and all that. I'm glad they brought Jim Cummings back as, Pooh and, Tigger, because he did play two of these roles. However, the development eventually in 2003, Bergham Taylor inspired the last chapter of The House at Pooh Corner, pitched Disney an idea about making a Winnie the Pooh film focusing on an adult Christopher Robin. However, due to the other Pooh projects being developed at the time, such as Piglet's Big Movie, Pooh's Heffalump Movie, and etc., the project was not pitched in for a film. However, though in 2015, Kirsten Burr later convinced Taylor to resurrect the project, and then they started working on it that year. However, in April of 2015, Disney had announced that they were going to have, based on the characters from the Winnie the Pooh franchise, was in development as to a live action movie, such as they did one with Alice in Wonderland, Maleficent, Cinderella, and etc. So it was reported in 2016 that the studio had hired Mark Foster to direct the film titled Christopher Robin, and the project would have strong elements to magic realism as it seeks into an emotional journey with a heartwarming adventure. So eventually, Tom McCarthy was hired to rewrite the existing screenplay for the film. So the casting did pretty good, as well as we really liked the idea of the concept and etc. However, though, there were a few surprising, things that I do know for a full on fact. So now, to be honest, we have Nick Mohammed, who was cast as Piglet, while Jim Cummings was confirmed to reprise in his role as Winnie the Pooh. Eventually, we also have heard that Brad Garrett was revealed to be voicing Eeyore, as he previously voiced the character in the Winnie the Pooh and the Honey Tree CD-ROM. However, though, we eventually hear that, got some, voice actors who played Rabbit, Kanga, and Owl. However, though, Chris O'Dowd was originally set to voice Tigger with Robert L. Jackson voice dubbing for him, but he was replaced by Jim Cummings, as he had played the character partially from around 1989 until fully since 2000 after the audiences and test screenings reacted negatively towards how O'Dowd voiced the character. So, Jim Cummings got the voice of Winnie the Pooh, but he also got the voice of Tigger. And he has been voicing Tigger since the Tigger movie that came out in 2000, shortly after Paul Winchell's retirement. So, the filming began sometime in early August of 2017 in the United Kingdom, and it was concluded on November 4th, 2017. Much of the filming of The 100 Acre Wood took place at Ashtown Forest, which was an original inspiration for the setting, as well as Windsor Great Park. So, at Chaperon Studios and at Dover Seafront, former Dover Marine Stoughton, now the town's cruise terminal, which had been dubbed as the London Railway Station. I really do like the music of this. I thought the music was flat out amazing, and it honestly has a really good soundtrack to, the whole ordeal of what happened with, Christopher Robin and stuff. I mean, after it was released in theaters, a lot of people really liked this. So, it was released on DVD, it was released on Blu-ray, and I mean, it was a pretty good movie. I mean, I really thought it was neat. I liked the characters, I liked the movies. I mean, the fact that this movie basically is based off of, based mainly on Christopher Robin, because most of the time, most of the movies they include, they're evolving around Pooh and his friends. But I'm surprised that they came up with the idea of, having, this live action movie of, Winnie the Pooh, mainly focusing on, Christopher Robin as an adult. I mean, this is actually a pretty good concept for the movie itself. So, I guess with that being said, I've really loved this movie. I mean, I've grew up with Winnie the Pooh as a kid, and being a Winnie the Pooh, fan, I've always enjoyed Winnie the Pooh as a kid. I mean, I still do to this day. I really do like how well this was, and especially with the concept and, how well this movie would be. And I always wondered how good this movie was going to be, but then I decided to, take a look at it, and I honestly liked it. I mean, the concept of it focusing on Christopher Robin as an adult, it honestly was well made, and I honestly could visualize that being the case because, with that being said, I know Disney does a lot of weird stuff, and Disney has made, new stuff to make a great concept of it all. I do find, the characters to be good. I do like how the animation for, Pooh and his friends, to be CGI animated. Because, like, look at the characters. They're CGI animated. I mean, that's pretty awesome because, you could do a whole lot with CGI animation. I'm glad they brought Jim Cummings back to do Pooh and Tigger because, yeah, Pooh and Tigger are one of my favorite characters. So, I guess with that being the case, yeah, what did you guys think about this movie? I mean, if you don't like this movie, that's fine. If you like it, that's perfectly fine too, because I am respectful to everybody's opinions and they can state their own thoughts and opinions on this movie. So, with that being said, what did you guys think? Did you like this movie? Did you not? Also, what we have done personally to help make this movie a lot better? Feel free to state your own thoughts and opinions in the comments below because I like to personally hear what you guys think. So, anyways, yeah, I'm the Queen of Lions. Thank you so much for watching today's episode. If you're brand new here to this channel, feel free to leave a like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications to when I upload. And as always, I'll be catching you all in the next video. Peace out.